Hello, hello, it's Dr. Jessica here, and I wanted to talk to you mental health awareness. And of course, you know, we're going to talk about emotions, which is what I have really loved diving deep into over this last decade. And that's trauma. When I look at what is causing most of our health issues in individuals right now, it is unresolved child and early adult trauma. And so what we have found with a lot of leading psychiatrists is that, talk therapy is good to get out the initial issue, but then there has to be more to actually heal and solve that issue in your brain. And so one of the things that I'm going to encourage you, if you've had some trauma, is that you really work at getting good at either meditation or yoga. And I know a lot of you right now are out there going, well, I tried yoga, but I just couldn't stay with it. Or I can't, turn my brain off long enough to do meditation. And I'm like, yes, exactly. But research is showing the reason why you have a hard time with this is because you survived trauma by disconnecting from yourself. And to heal, you actually have to reconnect in with yourself. And so that can be very, very difficult because that would mean you got to actually deal with the trauma. And so one of the things that I have done with this myself personally is I actually wrote a timeline of all the things that kind of happened to me growing up. And then what I did was I decided to look at it as a third person. I decided to do kind of like the overview, right? So I wasn't looking at it at 5-year-old Jessica. I wasn't looking at it at 40-year-old Jessica. I was looking at it as like a director of Jessica's life, right? And what I decided to do was I decided to write what the story that I adopted about myself or about the event because of that trauma. And was that an actual story? And most importantly, was it something that I wanted to continue to repeat to myself? And what is it, the story that I would rather have there? And so I did that through several different events in my life. And I can share one. I moved a lot. I did something like 18 schools in 12 years. So school was not a really happy, healthy place for me. And so I had a lot of trauma around that. And I had a lot of really nasty stories that I would tell myself about that. And one of the things that I realized was I can plop into any city, anywhere, never being there before, and I will know exactly where I am. I can't get lost. It's this magical trait that I have. And so rather than beat myself up or create these negative stories about this event that I really had no control over, I decided to write a positive story. Like, because I moved around so much, I have this magical gift of never being lost. I always know where I am. I feel strong in that. And so what I would really invite you to do is to examine the trauma that you've had, examine the stories that you're telling yourself about that trauma, and can you find a positive? Can you turn it and say, well, if I hadn't had that, I wouldn't have this strength. And I really like this strength. I really like that part of myself. So I'm glad that I had that because I could become this. And then concentrate on what you've become. Concentrate on the strength and the beauty of what you are instead of the trauma of what happened. And I hope this helps. If you need any help, I love walking women through this. So please reach out. I'm here for you. Talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.